Hey everyone, welcome back to DIY Beauty on Purpose. My name is Leonette and today I am bringing you 4 unbelievably beautiful Dollar Tree DIYs. For this DIY, I am going to start with this Dollar Tree home sign. You've probably seen me use several of them because I love how versatile they are. Again, I am going to remove the tin heart, keep that for another DIY, remove any excess paper that kind of lift it up, and then just give everything 2 coats of rust-oleum chalk paint in the linen white. Using my Cricut, I cut the word farmhouse in a cursive font, and I am going to place it right on the top of the sign. I'm going to show you a little trick here that I use. When I have a word that is kind of long or a phrase that is kind of long, instead of cutting a long piece of transfer tape, which is going to take up a lot of your transfer tape and then have like excess, I just place it in pieces. So I take it in the, as long as it allows me, as long as the tape is. So this, in this case, is 12 inches. And I'm just going to piece it together. That way I'm not unrolling a whole 23-inch tape and then have like a whole ton left over because it's so thin. So like I said, I'm just going to place it on the top of the sign. I'm going to take this piece of 1x2. I cut it to about 23 inches. The sign itself is about 23.5. So I cut it for about 23 inches. I'm going to place it on the back of it, and I'm going to attach it using brad nails, and I'm going to have it right around the middle of the sign. I'm going to use some Dollar Tree caulk just to fill in those little tiny holes that it left, and then once dry, sand it down. I am now going to mark on 5 spots in the middle of the board. They're about 3.5 to 4 inches apart, and then I'm going to drill holes right where I mark. I'm going to use these hooks, and I'm going to screw them in each hole. Now I'm going to take these Dollar Tree little St. Patrick's Day pots. They are plastic and they're just so cute. I'm going to place some floral foam inside of them and add some greenery. I started placing some boxwood in it and then some succulents, but I ended up just placing succulents on all 5 of them. Once I have them done, I am going to drill a couple holes and add some rope so that I can hang the sign from, and then hang each little pot from a hook, and then that's it for this one. This one turned out super beautiful. I love the way it turned out. I wish it was a little thicker so that I could have left the boxwood. I think it would have looked better with the different kind of florals, but nonetheless, I think with the succulents it looked really cute. friends, do not forget that at the end of each month, I am going to send out free printables to all who join my email list. So if you haven't, check out the link. It is down in the description box. Alright, so for this next DIY, I am going to use this Dollar Tree flower pot. It's a tin. We've all seen them, right? I am going to place tape right on the top rim, just enough to cover the letters and the words that already came on it. And I am going to give it one pretty heavy coat of Waverly chalk paint in the ink tone. I'm going to remove the tape while the paint is still wet. I just like doing that way better. I'm not concerned with it being super straight. So the line, I'm not concerned because we're going to cover it using this ribbon from Michael's that I recently got, a bundle of 50 pieces of different types of ribbon in the black, gray, and white tones. And this was one of them. And I'm just going to hot glue it right where that black and the tin meet. I am now going to add some more of that floral foam from Dollar Tree and then start adding these little white flowers from the Dollar Tree, which I think are so beautiful. I'm going to add about 3 bundles of them. And first I'm going to clip each branch off of it so that I can place them so it looks a little bit more natural. And we are just about done with this one, guys. This one turned out so high-end. I love the way it just looks so fresh, so spring-like, but yet very farmhouse. All right, my friends, so we are ending January here really soon. So I want to remind you that I am going to be giving away a surebinder cordless hot glue gun. All you have to do to enter is watch and comment. And any comments made in the month of January of 2021 will be entered to win the glue gun. All right, guys, so for this DIY, I am going to take one of these cookie trays from the Dollar Tree, and I am going to give it 2 coats of rust-oleum chalk paint in the linen white.
Stay with me now till the morning light. Before you turn away, I just want you to know that I didn't throw your stuff away, up your mind that I'm nowhere to find. I'm standing right here. I know that I told you
Once the top was dry, I also did the bottom.
over. I swear that I'm sober. Just listen, I miss you. And I know that I said all these things, but now when you're with her, I can see that you miss me. Would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be?
Once it was all dry, I am going to take this decal from the Dollar Tree and I am going to place it on the tray. I am going to kind of tilt it a little bit, and what it turned out to be super beautiful is that it actually hangs over the edges, which I think is kind of like unique, and I really love the way it just turned out. And it kind of goes with the whole infinity kind of love, you know, like it overflows through the edges. I don't know. I just thought that to myself. So the way I'm doing it here is I'm sticking it from the middle out, making sure that I go little by little, so that way I can go through the bends on the sides and then it flows very, very smoothly.
If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Till the morning light. Till the morning light. Till the morning light. Yeah. Till the morning light. Till the morning light. Till the morning light. Yeah.
All right, so now I'm going to take these leftover little pots from succulents from the Dollar Tree. I kept them because I just thought they were cute size, and I'm just going to add some E6000 as well as hot glue and hot glue them to each corner on the bottom of the tray.
Maybe I'm just too weak, maybe I'm just afraid of being alone. Well, I don't care, 'cause right now I feel the love that we said we would burn. Oh, I know that you feel it too. I know that I told you we're over. I swear that I'm sober. Just listen, I miss you. And I know that I said all these things, but now when you're with her, I can see that you miss me. Would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me now?
I am now going to take some of this matte Mod Podge and just seal everything. So I'm just going to cover it, give it one pretty heavy coat on the top. I'm not going to do the bottom because it's not really needed. And that way it's nice and sealed and protected, and we'll be done with this one, guys. I so love this one. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy that I did this. I think it turned out super chic, but very farmhouse.
Stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find
Friends, don't forget that I do have a Instagram account. If you have one yourself, I'd love to connect with you there as well. I do have the link down in the description box. Check it out. I post daily behind the scenes, video clips, inspirational quotes. I just love connecting with all of you there. So check it out. Again, it is in the description box. All right, so for this next DIY, I'm going to use one of these jars from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to wipe the front of it with some alcohol. That way it's nice and clean and there's no grease from, you know, fingers and just no crud or anything. We want to make sure that it's nicely clean. Using my Cricut, I cut this little wreath stencil, and I am going to use the same technique that I said earlier. I have this piece of transfer tape already cut from a previous project. I'm just going to double it up and make one so that I don't have to cut and waste more tape. I'm going to place it right in the front. And what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be etching this glass. I have never done this before. I recently saw somebody else doing it on Instagram and it completely inspired me to try it out. I love to try it out, new things, especially when it comes to crafting and creating. So First time ever using it here with you right now. So I was a little nervous. So I make sure that I really flatten out that stencil. Now I made the mistake and I did not give it enough room on the one side here. So I added a little bit more of just regular painter's tape. That way when I'm adding the etching cream, it's not going to go over the edge.
I met him on a sunny day in late July, and everything turned upside down. I almost lost track of time as weeks went by. I couldn't get him off my
Using this etching cream that I got on Amazon. I do have it on my Amazon store. Actually, a lot of the supplies, my favorite supplies, paint, everything, I do have on my Amazon store. If you've never checked it out, check it out. It is down in the description box. I'm going to use a Q-tip and just kind of dab and making sure that every part of the stencil is covered. And the way I see it is the more the better. Just making sure that it's all there. So I'm just dabbing, dabbing, dabbing. And then I'm going to let it sit between 5 and 10 minutes. I actually ended up doing it more like 17 minutes because I forgot. But nonetheless, between 5 and 10 minutes should be fine.
I told him I want that great love, like standing in the middle of a bonfire. You don't know how you got there, but
And then I just washed it off with water. Now, I don't know if I could have used my fingers. I know it's really dangerous for the skin if you let it sit on your skin. But I think washing it off was fine. I was absolutely fine. Once you remove it, you see that it's been etched. And I think it turned out so cute. I was so happy with the way it turned out. It's very subtle, but I just love things like that. If you know me by now, you know that I love simplicity and things that are very subtle and simple. And it just makes my heart happy. So similar to the tin can that we did earlier, I am going to just paint just the top portion of this jar. I'm going to give it 2 coats, dry in between with my heat gun, which again, I also have on my Amazon store. And then I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to use some of that leftover ribbon from earlier and hot glue it to the edge where the black and the glass meet.
tight, knowing that you can't get burned. Just tell me how we lost track of everything but each other. I honestly don't know. And tell me how we messed up, drifting away from each other. Didn't wanna let you go. Cause we wanted different things, and I have to deal with it, but it's not easy. So tell me how to let go, cause you really seem to know how to carry on your own. Ever since I got a good look in his eyes, I just knew that he was special. He said he wanted to take it slow, but I couldn't help that I wanted to take it to the next level. Cause I wanted that great love, like standing in the middle of a bonfire. You don't know how you got there, but you hold tight, knowing that you can't get burned. Just tell me how we lost track of everything but each other. I honestly don't know. And tell me how we messed up, drifting away from each other. Didn't wanna let you go. Cause we wanted different things, and I have to deal with it, but it's not.
I'm going to add some of these beautiful florals from the Dollar Tree. Look how beautiful they are. They don't even look like they're from the Dollar Tree. And that's it, guys. This one is super simple, so beautiful. I really love the way it turned out. Again, just very subtle, but very farmhouse fresh look. I really love. So guys, this is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are visiting for the first time, I always ask that you consider subscribing and joining our YouTube family. And if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. I truly appreciate your time. As always, guys, don't forget that I'm going to have a link here at the end with tons more of inspiration for you. Check it out. I'll see you later and have a blessed day. Bye.
Met him on a sunny day in late July, and everything turned upside down. I almost lost